Hi, babies. It's been a little while since I did a video because, just like life always does, it presents obstacles to keep us safe or to keep us, at the level um, at which we have maintained ourselves for years. Our minds create excuses, and I've been coming up with a lot of excuses, even if they're legitimate, for reasons why I can't do a video right now. I can't do a video right now. It's too cold. It's not the right time. I haven't got my thoughts together. Whatever it is, they're all just excuses because, as I have learned, we don't rise to the level of our goals. We fall to the level of our habits. So my habit is to procrastinate. My habit is to not be consistent with things that I think aren't going to be perfect. If I know I'm going to do it perfect, I'm going to do it right now. That's fine. But doing these videos, I'm not perfect, so they're never going to be perfect. But I forgot that everything is perfectly imperfect, 100%, just the way it's supposed to be. So I am imperfect, and I have failed to do videos for a month. It's been at least a month. It's now January 2nd, 2026. I think the last time I did a video was late November, and I am super sorry about that. As you can see, I'm in my classroom doing my video because it's incredibly cold outside, and my house is not small enough for me to do a video that's not going to be interrupted or my house is so small that I can't do a video that's not going to be interrupted with some sound, or me just talking is going to be a disruption to somebody else in the household. So I'm here in my classroom doing this video for you today that I have had planned to do for at least a month. And my dad recently died on the 30th of December 2025. So his birthday was December 27th. I got there in time, to see him. We had plans for the whole family to get together for Christmas on his birthday, but he was put in a medically induced coma on the 23rd, and then he never woke up. So although I was there by Christmas Day, he wasn't awake, but I know he knows that I was there. And I got to talk to him on the 23rd. So all of that happening, and the way that I have been able to cope with it, just reinforce the appreciation that I have for the Stoic philosophy and the Stoic teachings. So that's what's encouraged me to go ahead and make this video today. So I wanted to talk to you today about some of the things that I had to stop doing in order to make room for new things. Of course, when I started on this journey, I just started with a video, and it was the caption on the video, which I can't even remember what it said, but it was poignant and meaningful to me at the time. And so I clicked on the video and I watched it, and everything they said made perfect sense. And not only did it make perfect sense, but it reminded me of all of the things that my father had taught me when I was young about being able to control your emotions. So the way that he put it is that failure to control your emotions is a weakness. The inability to control your emotions is a weakness. And I always took that as an insult, an affront. Like, what are you trying to say? I'm weak? But that's not what he was saying. He was telling me exactly what Stoic philosophy teaches, is that it's all within our control. Those are the things that are within our control. Our thoughts, our emotions, our behavior, our actions, our responses, our reactions. All of these things are within our control, and that's what my dad was trying to teach me. And so I'm happy to be able to continue on this journey that I started with a video. You know why? Because I really liked the guy's voice. I really, really liked his voice. But you soon figure out that they are not human beings. I like the idea that there's some wise old man sharing all of his wisdom with us all, but that's just not the case. I don't know who is typing out those words. For all I know, it's not a real person at all, even creating the script that the AI voice can't read correctly, which is how you know it's an AI, right? Because they don't pause when they should. They run words together that we know shouldn't be together. So I am even more driven to create these videos to talk about what it is like to actually walk this journey as a real human being, not an AI voice, not a fake person, just a real human being. So as a real human being, there are some things I had to stop doing in order to make room for this to happen, for all of the positive things that have happened to me. And I'm pretty sure I mentioned it before, but I'm going to say it again. The very first thing I did was I got off social media. Now, I know you're going to say it's YouTube, but YouTube is not social media. YouTube is not mindless scrolling. YouTube is not hours of your life lost looking at somebody else's curated successes or manufactured traumas. It's very deliberate. You can watch what you want to watch, and once it figures out what you like to watch, it will show you more of that. So social media I'm talking about is Facebook, Instagram, of course, TikTok. These things suck up the most valuable resource you have, and the only one that's irreplaceable, and that's your time. Not only do they suck up your time, but they suck up your emotions. They fill up your mind space with things that are out of your control, things that have nothing to do with you. They put you in a position where you're comparing yourself with somebody else who's not showing you everything. They're just showing you the best thing. And then it makes you feel bad about yourself. Why? Why are you comparing yourself to other people? Why do you guard your money and lock your front doors, but you give anybody on the face of the planet unfettered access to your mind through your ears and your eyes, and also access to your heart, because what you let in your mind affects your emotions, unless you're directing them and controlling them. And if you are, then you're probably not mindlessly scrolling. So social media, that was the first thing I gave up. If you can't quit it cold turkey, quit doing it first thing in the morning. Stop waking up and going right to your phone and checking for notifications. In fact, turn notifications off. Make yourself have to go into the app to see any notifications. Don't have them just staring at you from the little bubble on your screen with a big old 5 or 25 or however many notifications you've gotten overnight. Turn them off. And when you first wake up in the morning, give yourself 5 minutes. Can you just give yourself 5 minutes? Go to the bathroom, brush your teeth, get yourself a drink of water. 5 minutes to clear your mind and have your own thoughts before you give it away to somebody else. Try it and see how you feel. Just try it. Try it for a week and see how you feel. The second thing I stopped doing was I stopped letting everything in. And I don't just mean social media. I mean everything. I mean what other people have to say, what other people think, what's on TV, this show, this news program, or that educational, if you will, program. I stopped letting everything in. I stopped watching People's Court every day. Woo, can't tell you what a difference that made. in my happiness and my state of mind. I stopped letting everybody else's problems be my problems. I stopped I stopped attaching emotions to every event that happens in life. I just stopped. I stopped letting everything in. And then I stopped personalizing everything. Like I said, I stopped attaching my emotions to whatever somebody else has to say, or whatever somebody else did, or the actions of some other person. I stopped taking it personally, and I stopped assigning any kind of attachment to it, whereas I identify with it, or I sympathize with you, or I empathize with you, any of that. I just listen, and then I respond. But I don't take it personally. It honestly freed up my ability to have less emotions for things that are out of my control, and more mindful emotions for the things that truly matter. The next thing I was able to do after that was I stopped letting thoughts and feelings control my actions. You might think that's all we have, right? Thoughts and feelings. And to a certain extent, you're right. But if you're not controlling your thoughts and your feelings, then they are controlling you. And that's the bottom line. If you're following every thought you have, and those thoughts aren't bringing you happiness, then maybe you need to start thinking some new thoughts. So instead of letting thoughts control me, thoughts like, that's not a good idea, that's not safe, no, that's a bad idea, you don't even know what you're talking about, I started thinking new thoughts. Excuse me? That's just a story that I've been telling myself because I was scared to try something new and different. That's just a lie I've been telling myself because I didn't want to have to try. That's just a lie I tell myself so that I can stay safe, because that's all your mind wants you to be, is safe. Trying new things, going out of your comfort zone, that's not safe. So your brain will try to keep you from being safe. But the truth is, you are safe. I'm safe. I have a roof over my head. I have a vehicle to drive, clothes to wear, food to eat. I don't have to worry about somebody attacking me in the middle of the night in my sleep. And I don't have to worry about a saber-toothed tiger coming around the corner to kill me and my entire family. I'm relatively safe. I don't have to worry about bombs dropping on me. Like, think about it. I am pretty safe. So I don't need to listen to those thoughts that are trying to keep me safe, because I am safe. It's okay. I can do things that are new and different, and I'm not going to die. I'm going to be okay. It's okay. Am I going to embarrass myself? Maybe, but it's okay, because I'm not going to die. So stop letting those thoughts control you. Feelings, sometimes we're taught, in fact, we've been taught a lot in this life. Trust your feelings. Oh, you should listen to your feelings. You need to trust those feelings because, you got to believe in your feelings. Oh, whatever you were feeling, it was right. Nah. Feelings are fleeting and frivolous. One more time. Feelings are fleeting, meaning they come and go quickly, usually, and are therefore frivolous, meaning they're not worth much. They're really not worth much. Most of the feelings you have, it might make you mad to hear this, but most of the feelings you have are not worth much at all. Why? Because you feel this way one minute and then you don't the next. Why? Because they're usually dependent on outside sources that are not in your control. Why? Because they're not dependable. Emotions are a fluctuation in chemicals in your brain. And that is not dependable information. Feelings are fleeting and frivolous, so I stopped letting feelings control me. You know what I discovered? So much happier. Why am I not a sobbing wreck? My dad just died. Because I don't let feelings control me. Because I control my thoughts and my feelings. The next thing I did was I stopped making excuses. I stopped making excuses for things. If you're in an excuse mindset, you're always going to find a reason why you can't do this or you can't do that, or there's a problem with this or there's a problem with that. Take a deep breath. Every problem has a solution. That's the awesome thing about problems. Every issue can be dealt with. That's the fantastic thing about life. Remember, everything is perfectly imperfect. So I don't need to wait for perfect circumstances to do the next thing I need to do or want to do. I don't. Today is all I have. So I have to act today. I have to live for today. I have to act like today's the only day I have. Stop making excuses. Whatever it is you want to do, fucking start now. Do it now. Make a phone call now. Get the business cards now. Don't wait on a friend. Don't wait on a family member. Don't wait on anything. Just start. Because little steps made every day work like little deposits in the bank. And they accrue interest and they compound and they build. So start. Just do it. Winnie the Pooh said to Christopher Robin, "What day is it?" And Christopher Robin always says, "It's today." Because today is all we have. So do it today. Stop making excuses. The next thing I did was I stopped trying to control everything. Try to control everything. You know, classroom management. Management is a big part of what I do as a teacher. I have to manage a classroom. I have to manage human beings, young adults at that. You try to manage your life outside of your business or your work. Try to build my Avon sales. Try to run a household. Try to stay on top of everything that you have to do to stay and be a productive member of society. But there are some things you can't control. I can't control how other people act or react or respond. I can't control what the weather's going to be like. I can't control what somebody else thinks or the plans in somebody else's head. There's so many things I can't control. And deciding, recognizing them, and then deciding I can't control that. Just gonna let that go because there's nothing I can do about that. Is so liberating. And it frees up your time to be more mindful and purposeful about the things that you can control, like your own thoughts, your own feelings, your own time. Stop trying to control everything. And then, finally, I stopped wishing for things to be different. You know, when you spend all your time wishing for things to be different, you're not present. You're either living in the future or you're living in the past. The past is a ghost and it's gone. The future is a dream that none of us has. None of us knows if we're gonna have. Just think every time tomorrow comes, what day is it? It's today. So, stop wishing for things to be different than what they are. They just are the way they are. Instead of saying, oh my God, I wish it wasn't raining, I say, what a beautiful, perfect fall day this is. It's perfect. It's not a lie. It's a perspective. And it's a choice. I have no control over the weather. The only thing I can control are my thoughts and feelings about that weather. So, it's a beautifully perfect day. It's a beautifully perfect winter day outside right now. Big fat snowflakes falling. The snow is fluffy. The roads from my house to here were well plowed, so I felt relatively safe. It's a beautifully perfect day. I'm gonna miss my dad. But everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. Just like the fact that I made this video today. I love you. And I will see you again.